So, I'm gonna I'm gonna give everybody about 5-10 minutes, about 5 minutes, about 3-4 minutes to get back in, or whoever, new people, whatever. My phone just died. We was vibing for a second, then my phone died. I'm laid back. Now I'm more chilling now. I got the dog. I got rid of the dog. Kids in there watching something, Space Jams or something. So we chilling. We can talk about it now. So when I got cut off, I was discussing I was talking about the Enemy Within Bible study that I started. And the reason why I started the Bible study was I had joined a church. Well, I have been part of an organization, a church organization for since 06. The House of the Lord. Out of Brooklyn, I'm part of the Oberlin, Ohio church. They have different churches, but it's a pretty big church. They got multiple locations. So once I joined it, I had tapped back in with the church. My father introduced me to the church. Introduced me to the pastor while I was incarcerated, and he used to come visit me. And when I came home, I tapped in with him, and then I just went back wild again. Not necessarily crime, but just lifestyle. Even though I learned how to not make money by legal means, I still had a lot of character flaws to deal with. And just because you think you're successful in business don't mean you're necessarily going to be successful in life. Because they say success in the office means nothing to a failure at home. And that's what I had become, a failure at home. I never had no problem getting money, no day in my life, but money doesn't really have any great value to me. I like doing business because it's an art and a science, and I just like the art and the science. The money is just the benefit of being good at that art and understanding that science. But I had zero skills on how to be a father, a husband, a friend, a son, a brother, and a grandson, a nephew, a cousin. And I was just, we were successful on one part of your life, and then the other part wasn't so great. So went back in with it. So I had a situation around November that took me back to the church, and it's been going really well. And when you join the church, this is a church where they don't. It's a small. I ain't gonna say it's a small church, but it's a close knit church, and everybody's active. Everybody's involved. So my involvement up until a point was to start a Bible study. You have to pick something, some kind of outreach program, and I decided to do a Bible study. It was Corona, so I did it online, and it kind of fit with what I enjoy doing, as far as the online stuff, and it was consistent, and I'm really enjoying Scripture. I'm really enjoying the things that I'm learning in the Bible and how we're doing it. My initial intro into the Bible study was just with family and friends, and then we did invite some people who weren't close knit, and we begun to hold on. Somebody just commented. Or can you not hear me? Hold on, let me see. I got a comment on the video posted. Okay. So long story short, that's how the Enemy Within Bible study started. And the enemy within meaning that the enemy has always been within for me. It was a concept that I came up with based on a quote that one of the brothers had gave me. He had told me a long time ago. He said, they call me Zeke because my first name is Ezekiel. They said, Zeke, if there's no enemy within, the enemy without can't harm me. And that was the most powerful thing that I've ever heard at the moment, at the time. And it stuck with me. And then when I got back to the scripture and things, we are talking about, the problems that we're dealing with. And it's always been an internal thing for me. I grew up in a decent community. I didn't grow up in the ghetto and all that. My family were into drugs and alcohol and drug abuse and some of the stuff like that. But I didn't grow up in the worst community. I had great schools. I had access to great opportunities. My family, my grandmother had a great government job. My grandfather worked for Howard University. He did the computer systems, and so I had 2 direct lines to 2 great colleges, Howard University and Oberlin College. And I chose to go to deviate. I chose to, and like I said, that's always been my issue. The enemy has always been within. It's never been. I can never say, oh, because my mom or because my dad or whatever, because they gave me enough to work with to not go down the paths and make the decisions that they made. But I just chose to make them. And I understand that. I know I had, other influences and things like that underage, but as an adult continuing that behavior, that was my decision. So the enemy has always been within. And that's where the concept has come from. We love it. The brothers that I build with love it. We're going public with it. And it led me to another concept, which I call a spiritual millionaire. And that's what we focus on being now. Like, that's my goal now, is spiritual millionaire. Money has no real it doesn't get me excited no more. So the spiritual process, this spiritual journey now, the spiritual quest or whatever, the spiritual journey is much more exciting to me now at 40 opposed to at 20. Money, making an actual million was something. So spiritual millionaire is a concept I came up with to use the principles that I've learned through business to apply to my spiritual growth and development, and I just want to share that with people. That's that. It's a long spiel on my personal self about how we got to the Enemy Within Bible study. The virtual healthcare administrative assistant program has been crazy. That's where the phone hung up at. So I was already done with the cause I just remember I was already done with the Bible study piece, and now we talking about the virtual assistant. So how do we get into virtual assistants? How do we get into the place where now we have virtual assistants that you guys can hire from us on an hourly basis? Give you but already trained, mind you. Already trained, mind you. So and they do the task that they do for me and other organizations that we've trained and other companies have trained them to do for them. You now have access to that. The update, you've been already had access to it. The update is we're also now recruiting for Spanish-speaking virtual assistants. This might not be the best opportunity for somebody living in America, but if you have a family member or a cousin or a friend or something, or access to somebody in the Spanish-speaking world, the Dominican, Puerto Rico, or any other place, and I just say those couple things to say because those are places I visit. So if you have access to anybody that may need a job and who has great phone etiquette and they speak fluent Spanish and they live in a not here, I don't want to say the third world, but just not in America, where the value. The way the virtual assistants work and why it works well is because of the currency exchange. $5 in the Philippines does not get you the same thing $5 gets you in America. So they charge us $9.50 to do something that what a person here is going to charge us $15, $17, $18.50 an hour to do, because that's how high level their skills are. They process Medicare, Medicaid paperwork. You know what I mean? If anybody knows that about that process, you understand how difficult that is, how tedious it is, and how important it is to a home health care service. So the virtual assistant program is up and running and it's amazing. The Done For You program, the Done For You clients that are in it now who joined at the beginning of the year are doing amazing things. Testimonies are on the way, and the virtual assistants, we do have a limit. So if you need a virtual assistant and your company is doing well or struggling or whatever, and you just need some help making your phone ring or following up on the calls that are ringing, doing interviews. They do my interviews via Zoom now. Like, I don't even interview caregivers no more. We don't interview caregivers on American soil anymore. So when by the time we talk to caregivers now, they're caregivers and they've already been through our little program that we have our virtual assistants put them through. Paperwork, first interview questionnaire, and then they finally talk to one of our staffs in America to get their final approval, yay or nay, after we see all their documents. And we watch the recording of the videos. So they record. The beauty of Zoom, when they're doing they're doing their interviews, I can watch the caregivers get interviewed by my virtual assistants using the questionnaire that I already gave them. And all that's in the ultimate business, the ultimate business bundle. This on sale right now for $47 if you're on this call only. If you're seeing this, then you could send me a link. You could ask me about the $47 business in the bundle that's on the website for $200, and its original price is $800. So if you want that for $47, you could just ask me that now in the comment, post it below or whatever, or send us a DM or email us or whatever. Just say you was on the live, and obviously I'll know you on there. But so the virtual assistant thing, that's that piece. What else did I want to discuss while you got you guys on here? Feel free to jump in and ask questions. We covered assisted living placement on the first video before my live died. I mean, my phone died and my live got shut down. So if you didn't see when I just talked about assisted living placement and how to start that without having a home care service, without having a assisted living, and still make $3,500 per referral, you need to go back on my but the video I just posted before this alive. I got shut off. I was messing with my dog and my phone died. Now I got a charger out here at the fire because we vibing, and we're back live. So check that video out if you want to see that. The Done For You program, the assisted living Done For You program, was shut down. Too many people signed up too soon. This is not gonna be the case for long. We're gonna have to shut it down again. It's too good, it's too cheap, and people are signing up too fast. And I don't want to overwhelm the nurse. We're hiring another nurse. So once we get another nurse on board, well, administrative nurse, so there has to be like, it's just not your average nurse. It has to have some administrative experience with documents, statutes, and things like that. So, and if you have that lead, or if you're that person and you want me to pay you $150 an hour like I pay them, tap in. That's what we pay our nurses to work with me on islandchain.com, because I value your time and I want you to value mine. So the assisted living placement Done For You is open, home care and health care, and we're also looking for another administrative nurse with no less than 10 years experience in an administrative capacity, because we are doing things for adult daycare, developmental disability, home health, full medical, Medicaid, third-party insurance. Everything that we wanted to do, we're doing it now. We do it all. We are a full service consultation service for home health care, developmental disability, assisted living, adult daycare center. So there's things like that. Everything that's related to everything that I actually engage, every facility that we engage, we can open up as well. Even a nursing home, but I don't suggest any. I don't want to even be in a nursing home business, because every nursing home I've ever been in was trifling. And when my dad was sick and we didn't have no money, we couldn't afford no assisted living. That brother was doing bad. I had to snatch him out of the 2 nursing homes, one right in Millersville. So, and I think it got shut down. But, so yeah, we could do it all now with the adult daycare. I mean, with the Done For You programs. And the last thing I want to discuss, Anna, she said $150 dollars for how many hours? For how many hours you work. Every project, when we on projects, some projects you might work 10, 15 hours on one with one client. So you'll be working with the people who sign up with this program. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you'll be working, and the 5,000, and people be like, oh, it's 5,000, it's 10,000. For one, $5,000 ain't no money. $10,000 ain't no money. And I understand you saying that, oh, it's money to me. It ain't money to you because it's not money to nobody. It's a matter of budget. And I come from zero, poverty. Like when I started this, I was working a job, making $10 an hour. So there's no way I'm going to sit on here and be trying to make you guys pay $10,000 up front. That's insane to me. For me to ask a CNA to say, oh, you want to hype you up about the opportunity, but then tell you, oh, it's $10,000 to access this opportunity. I know who I'm dealing with. There's no way I'm going to do that. So we have prices where I can sell stuff for $47. You got to do a lot of legwork, but you can still get it. You still have enough information to get in this business. You have enough information to get activated, to start making money, to get a license. With my free products, you could do that. Go watch all the videos, get all our free stuff, and you don't need to pay for nothing. That's at zero. Then we got 47, 97, 197, and then we go up. Why? You say, can you charge $10,000? Brother, we your people. How you gonna charge $10,000? For first and foremost, what am I charging $10,000 for? I'm not charging you $10,000 for no Rolex, for you could look cute on the internet. I'm not charging you $10,000 for no 10-year-old Mercedes Benz that you about to be riding around with, posting on the internet. No. $10,000 that you gonna give me, gonna give you $1 million worth of value. Because that's how hard I go, and that's what you're gonna learn. Because that's what we do. So that $10,000 that you got like, this is too much. This is too much. It's too much. It's peanuts if you apply the information that you're gonna get on the first 2 phone calls. It's nothing. Because we have a nurse, and I just told you that we pay her $150 an hour to make sure you get licensed for every single application that you want to apply for in my program. If for no other reason, if you don't get nothing else and you got the license for $10,000, guess what? You a licensed business when you wasn't before. Now you can go out into the community and make money. You can grow your business as big as you want. There's no limit. There's no limit. This is America. Kanye West is a billionaire. How? Only in America. Don King said that a long time ago. So that's why my program is $10,000. Because for one, I don't get all that money. I pay everybody else to do everything else that I need them to do, so they get most of the money. I'm just facilitating the transaction. And that's what I'm continuing to do. And that's what I'm teaching y'all to do. And I want you to teach y'all kids to do. Definitely teach your black sons to do. So they don't got to go out there on them corners, and they learn how to, operate and function in this world. So that's what that $10,000 gets you. And then this is the catch to all of it. The $2,500 deposit, the $1,200